Today, we're examining Dennis Rader, the BTK Killer who terrorized Wichita for 31 years. His narcissistic need for fame ultimately destroyed him through one catastrophic mistake. Dennis Rader sent police a floppy disk in 2005. The metadata revealed Dennis and Christ Lutheran Church. After 3 decades of perfect crimes, his ego caught him. Even more shocking, Rader actually asked police if floppy disks could be traced. They lied and said no. The church president believed them and sent the disk. This actually happened in Wichita, Kansas. For 31 years, BTK killed 10 people while serving as church president, Cub Scout leader, and compliance officer. Nobody suspected him. The year was 1974 when Dennis Rader first struck. America faced an oil crisis. Watergate dominated headlines. In Wichita, a family man planned his first murders methodically. But to understand Rader's downfall, we must examine his desperate craving for attention. This psychological need would prove stronger than his survival instinct after 3 decades of killing. Dennis Rader grew up in Wichita, Kansas. He tortured animals as a child, hanging cats in his grandmother's barn. He called this urge Factor X inside him. After high school, Rader joined the Air Force. He learned electronics and surveillance techniques. These military skills would later help him stalk victims and evade capture for decades. Returning to Wichita, Rader married Paula Dietz in 1971. They had 2 children. His family never knew about his binding fantasies or the hit kits he prepared. On January 15, 1974, Rader cut the Otero family's phone lines. Joseph Otero, his wife Julie, and children Joey and Josie died. BTK had officially begun his reign. After killing the Oteros, Rader masturbated beside 11-year-old Josie's body. He took their radio and watch as trophies. Then he drove to work like nothing happened. 9 months passed before Rader struck again. He spent those months reliving the murders through drawings and writings. But eventually, the fantasies weren't enough anymore for him. October 1974, Rader called the Wichita Eagle newspaper. He directed them to a letter in the public library. The letter detailed the Otero murders. He craved recognition desperately. The letter contained shocking details only the killer would know. Rader wrote, "The code words for me will be bind them, torture them, kill them, BTK." Police kept the BTK letter secret initially. This infuriated Rader. He wanted headlines, fear, and fame. The silence drove him to take increasingly dangerous risks for attention. Detective Ken Landwehr joined the case in 1974. He would spend 31 years hunting BTK. Landwehr studied every detail, building massive files that would eventually trap Rader. April 1974, Catherine Bright became BTK's 5th victim. Rader shot her brother Kevin twice, but he survived. This mistake haunted Rader. He hated losing control during his crimes. After Bright's murder, Rader went quiet for 3 years. He attended Wichita State University studying criminal justice. Ironically, he sat beside future cops in criminology classes. During lectures about serial killers, Rader took notes on police procedures. Professors unknowingly taught BTK how investigations worked. He learned to avoid leaving evidence at crime scenes. March 1977. Rader strangled Shirley Vian while her children were locked in the bathroom. He brought binding materials but fled when the children nearly escaped their makeshift prison. December 1977, Nancy Fox became victim 7. After killing her, Rader called 911 from a payphone. "Go to 843 South Pershing," he said. "Nancy Fox. I killed her." The 911 call revealed something crucial. BTK wanted credit immediately. He couldn't wait for bodies to be discovered naturally. This narcissistic need for recognition would destroy him eventually. January 1978. Rader sent another letter to KAKE-TV. It contained a poem about Shirley Vian's murder. He complained that police weren't giving him enough media attention publicly. The poem was titled, "Oh, Death to Nancy." Rader spent hours crafting these writings. He wanted to be famous like Jack the Ripper or the Zodiac Killer. Police analyzed BTK's letters extensively. FBI profilers noted his narcissism, need for control, and desperate craving for attention. They predicted ego would eventually cause his downfall someday. Meanwhile, Rader worked for ADT Security, installing alarm systems. He used his job to scout potential victims. Customers unknowingly let their future killer into their homes. In 1979, Rader sent another package to Anna Williams. She'd been his intended victim, but wasn't home when he broke in. The package contained her stolen jewelry. Frustrated by Williams' absence, Rader had waited in her home for hours. He ate her food, went through belongings, and left semen on her bed before leaving. The Williams package included another poem and drawings of bound women. Rader spent months creating these elaborate packages. His wife Paula thought he was working on church projects. By 1980, tips flooded the BTK hotline. Over 12,000 leads came in. Detective Ken Landwehr investigated each one methodically. Dennis Rader's name never appeared on any list. Then BTK went silent for years. Between 1979 and 1985, no letters arrived. Rader focused on raising his children, church activities, and his compliance officer job quietly. But inside, Rader's fantasies continued growing darker. He stalked women, broke into homes, and stole underwear. He photographed himself bound and dressed in victims' clothing at home. April 1985. Maureen Hedge became victim 8. Rader killed her, then brought her body to Christ Lutheran Church. He photographed her in bondage poses on church grounds. September 1986. Vicki Wegerle was murdered in her home. Rader took her driver's license and keys. He kept these trophies in his hiding places for 18 years. January 1991. Dolores Davis became BTK's 10th and final victim. Rader dumped her body under a bridge. Then he went completely silent for 13 years straight, mysteriously. During this silence, Rader became church council president. He enforced compliance codes strictly as Park City's officer. Neighbors saw him as an annoying but harmless bureaucrat. The BTK case went cold. Younger detectives didn't know the details. Files gathered dust. Wichita slowly forgot about BTK, but Dennis Rader never forgot about his fame. In 2004, Rader learned the Wichita Eagle planned a 30-year anniversary story about BTK. The thought of being forgotten terrified him more than capture. His ego demanded action. March 2004, Rader sent a letter to the Wichita Eagle. BTK is back, it read. He included Vicki Wegerle's driver's license and photos of her body as proof. The 2004 letter shocked Wichita. BTK had returned after 13 years. Detective Ken Landwehr, now lieutenant, reactivated the task force. Modern technology offered new investigative tools this time. Rader sent more packages rapidly. Each contained dolls bound with rope, drawings of torture, and clues to his identity. He wanted police to know how clever he was. One package contained a computer disk from Wichita State University Library. It held writings about BTK's crimes. Digital forensics found nothing traceable. This gave Rader dangerous confidence about technology. December 2004. Rader left a package in a park trash can. Inside were Nancy Fox's driver's license, and a list titled PJs, his code for potential victims. The packages kept coming faster. Rader couldn't stop himself. After decades of silence, the attention intoxicated him. Each successful delivery made him feel more invincible and untouchable. Then came the critical moment. Rader sent a message asking police, "Can I communicate with floppy disk and not be traced to a computer? Be honest." Police placed an ad in the Wichita Eagle. "Rex, it will be okay." They promised floppy disks were safe. This lie would end BTK's 31-year reign. February 2005, Rader sent the fatal floppy disk to KSASTV. He deleted old church files and added BTK writings. But metadata survives deletion. His mistake was catastrophic. Computer forensics expert Randy Stone examined the disk immediately. Within minutes, he found metadata, Christ Lutheran Church, and Dennis. The impossible had happened. BTK had identified himself accidentally. Detective Ken Landwehr couldn't believe it initially. 31 years of hunting, and BTK caught himself. They checked. Dennis Rader was Christ Lutheran Church Council president. Everything matched perfectly. Police obtained Rader's daughter's medical records for DNA comparison. The DNA from BTK crime scenes matched familiarly. After 3 decades, they had scientific proof of BTK's identity. February 25, 2005. Officers surrounded Rader's house. He was driving home from lunch. They pulled him over near his Park City home. "Mr. Rader?" they asked calmly. Rader knew immediately why they'd come. "Oh, I have to go with you," he said. No resistance, no surprise. After 31 years, BTK's reign had ended anticlimactically. At the station, Detective Ken Landwehr entered the interrogation room. "Hello, Mr. Rader," Landwehr said. "I'm Lieutenant Landwehr." Rader responded, "I know who you are." "Congratulations." During interrogation, Rader seemed relieved. He confessed to all 10 murders in detail. He corrected investigators when they got details wrong. His ego demanded accuracy about his crimes. Rader asked Landwehr why he lied about the disc being safe. "Because I was trying to catch you," Landwehr replied. Rader nodded. "I understand. That's what I'd do." The news devastated Rader's family and church. His wife Paula filed for divorce immediately. His children changed their names. Christ Lutheran Church held prayer services for healing and understanding. At trial, Rader spoke for hours. He described each murder in disturbing detail. He corrected the prosecutor about dates. Even facing life imprisonment, his narcissism demanded the spotlight. Judge Gregory Waller sentenced Rader to 10 consecutive life sentences. "This is a man who has no conscience," Waller said. Rader would die in prison, his fame secured. The floppy disk sits in evidence storage today. One purple disk that ended 31 years of terror. Technology BTK didn't understand destroyed him. His ego was his downfall. FBI analysts studied Rader's capture extensively. They confirmed what profilers predicted in 1979. Narcissistic killers often catch themselves. Their need for recognition overrides their survival instinct eventually. Wichita has mostly healed, but scars remain. Victims' families found some closure. The Boy Scout leader and church president was BTK. Evil had hidden in plain sight successfully. What's your theory? Could Rader have stayed hidden forever without his ego? Subscribe for more true crime revelations. Next week, the Golden State Killer's digital downfall. Comment below.